Hey guys, welcome to this week's Sunday Spin, where we take the music that we're spinning this week and sharing it with you guys. I'm Terry with Riot Squad Media, and I'm here with Dante from Space Monkey Mafia. Dante, thank you so much for coming on today. You guys just released a new album, Band from California. We're shooting this on Saturday. It's airing tomorrow, but yesterday. And I did listen to it. I want to say it is awesome. You know, you guys did such a good job with it.
Yo, thank you so much for having me, Terry. Yeah, I really appreciate those kind words. This album has been a long time coming. It's songs that we've had written for, like, some of these almost 4 years now. And we actually started the recording process in 2020, pre-pandemic.
Oh, wow.
The pandemic hit. All of our, like, momentum is lost. We had, like, lineup changes. And so to finally get it out and done, it just feels really good. And I really appreciate that you've been digging it, because I'm super proud of how it turned out.
Yeah, I really dig. We lost you. Oh my god, we're gonna come back. Okay, there you are. You're back. So yeah, I really found it to have some really strong rock tones to it. It kind of reminded me a bit like that. Also, the big band. So you would see like with Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. It's really that combination of the two that drew me into it. I really find like little rock bits of like the 70s and some of the 80s, and like you really get like your full musical catalog from like those eras into that. I thought that was really cool. Do you guys all write together? Is it just a few people that write them, or?
Yeah, so our I'm glad that you picked up on that, because we definitely try to pull on all of our different influences when we bring it in. Typically what happens, well, for this batch of songs, we had 3 principal songwriters. Blake, our guitarist, Joe, our bassist, and Tim, the other saxophone player and vocalist in the band. And so each person kind of brings like a skeleton of the song, you know, like they have like lyrics, melodies, maybe like a general sense of structure. And then over the course of a few months, we kind of like hammer it into a song. And with these songs in particular, we've had a lot of time to like play them on the road, to like get them into where they want to be. So there is a lot of everybody's influence in each of these little parts, and like a lot of, like you said, like little moments I think that each person can bring to the table there.
Yeah, I think that's so much fun when bands get to do that. It really shows the personality of their members, you know, and I really do love it. I find ska to be very good at doing that, just in a style. This is really a good ska album. I'm very stoked about it. You guys did so well. Are you guys touring or anything? Any shows coming up?
Yeah, so we're actually on tour right now. We're from Minneapolis, and I'm talking to you from Fargo, North Dakota. We just had our first run of the tour, our first night of the tour last night at the Aquarium in Fargo. I love Fargo. Honestly, I think it's a city that doesn't get enough attention from nationally touring bands, because it's kind of out of the way, but it's a cool spot. So we're headed to Bismarck, North Dakota tomorrow, and then we go out west. We're going through Montana, making it out to Seattle and Portland, playing with some of our friends in ska bands, Mr. Blank's Simple Minded Symphony, and then we go back home via Salt Lake City. We're going to play with the Anchorage out there, playing Denver, and a few dates in between as well. But yeah, we're on the road right now, and it feels so good.
Yeah, I am in Canada, and I'm not part of a band, so I don't get to do that touring part. I always find it so fascinating. I did a tiny stint, I want to say, with the Filthy Lowdown from like Camp Pennsylvania last year all the way to Pittsburgh, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I get to see the
fun, right?
The grimy side of like, you know, traveling, and it was kind of cool. But you guys get to do that every day. So how long does your tour last? Like, is it about a month?
We hit the road yesterday, and we're gonna be on. We don't get back home until Sunday, May 22nd. So it's about 2.5 weeks, and this is, I think, since the pandemic, this is the longest tour that we've had. Typically, we go for, I like to go for like 3 weeks at a time. That's enough for me to like lose myself on the road, but then like by the end of it, I'm like ready to go home and like get back to my life, you know?
That's awesome. And, you know, I really wish you guys some safe travels for the rest of your tour. It's quite a distance you guys are doing, which is amazing. Really get your music out there. It's exposure, right?
Absolutely. We gotta. And I mean, so in Minnesota, I love the burgeoning ska scene that we have. But on a national level, like the more, I guess, big and bustling scenes are on the West and East Coast. So if we try to get out there, it's going to be a bit of driving for us in either direction.
Yeah, you're right in the middle. I keep forgetting. You're kind of like underneath
Manitoba for us. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So we are here to find out what you are listening to, and I'm very excited to find out what you're listening to. So go right ahead.
Yeah, so I have a bit of an unorthodox pick. I was agonizing. I was like, what do I want to pick? And I decided to just go with what I've actually been listening to, and that is it's a tango compilation from 2001 from an artist named Victor Hugo Diaz, who was an Argentinian tango harmonicist from the 70s. So this dude, okay, so a little bit of context. I started picking up the harmonica as just like a campfire, like jam instrument, and I've really liked it. I've been trying to like figure out more ways to incorporate it into my music. And then I found this tango compilation where this guy is just shredding the harmonica on these tango tracks. And it is like, it's really cool. I have a soft spot in my place for tangos. I would encourage everyone to check. It's the 2001. It's just called Tangos. It's streamable. And it's great for putting on in the background if you're cooking. When I take a van driving shift, I'm going to be putting that on and making my bandmates listen to this tango harmonica with me. I think it's just musically, it's really, honestly, it's been really influential. I love the way that tango moves melodically, and the way that like typically tango groups don't always have percussion. So like the ensemble, like the tempo rises and falls as the ensemble like moves through the song, and it's a fun listen, honestly.
That's awesome. Yeah, harmonicas, I find them to be like just an instrument that's not used enough. I am a big fan of two, harmonica and the organ. And normally those two they definitely need more organ, more harmonica. I find a harmonica, you usually hear that with blues. So it's really cool to hear it's something to do with tango. I'm very super stoked. I will check that out. That sounds amazing.
Honestly, yeah, I agree. The harmonica is like always like a blues or bluegrassy instrument, which is fine. But like to hear it in this new context is really sick.
That's so cool. Well, my pick this week is something that you guys are actually on as well, and I am going with Rudy Reboots. Folds, a ska tribute to Ben Folds 5, which was put out by my good friend Andrew from the What Nows, and along with his friends, and I love it. I love it. Were you a big Ben Folds 5 fan? Ben Folds 5? I know they're like two things, but
right. Yeah, so I like it. I kind of discovered them later. It's only been recently, but in like 2018, I found that first Ben Folds 5, that self-titled album, and it was on repeat for like a full year. Like, oh my God, Jackson Cannery, Underground, like Uncle Walter, all those songs, they're so cool. So I just love his songwriting. And then so when Andrew reached out to us and was like, hey, we're putting together a Ben Folds ska cover album, I got so excited. I was like, we're doing it. Yes, we're in. Yeah, this was a really cool like combination of my interests.
Yeah, you guys did Underground, but it also features the What Nows, it features Fat Chance, it features Mr. Blank. I'm going to talk about two songs real quick, Zach and Sarah, which was the What Nows. I'm a big What Nows fan. I have been for a while. So to see them, so they brought in Austin last year, and I met Austin at camp, really good friend of mine, really fantastic. But the music, I guess, was always old What Now songs. So I always kind of got that style, that ukulele, that very soft. But Austin has really we tease him all the time because he's not a punk. Like he's always been brought up in that rock side. He really brought it in with Zach and Sarah, which is the first track on the album. You hear Austin's influence, that rock, that it's kind of like a 70s, very strong 70s rock in there. And I thought they just nailed it. It really brought a next level to their music. I really enjoyed it. I make sure but it still has Andrew's vocals. And I do love Andrew's. I find it's such the way he talks isn't necessarily how he sings, but man, that dude can sing. And I just absolutely love it. I always have. I was always drawn to it. And then I heard him once and I'm like, what? They're not the same, but no, they're really good. Andrew sounds perfect on this song. These guys must have worked hard on it because they really took the time with it. And I thought it really shined through. I'm going to talk about the second last song on the album, which was Mr. Banks, which is Rockin' the Suburbs, which is actually one of my favorite Ben Folds songs. Songs that they put out. It's perfect for the summer. As soon as I popped it on, I was like, this is like me hanging out by a pool with my drinks, except it's usually Diet Pepsi, but it's got that element of like 70s rock, but you hear a little bit of that late 80s rock that comes through. It's kind of like that hairband. they did such a good job with it too. This track, actually the comp, because I don't talk about comps on my show. I think this is the first time I actually do bring up a comp on my show. Right. And I've been shooting quite a few episodes of this, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, it does have 12 songs. This set, the Rudy Reboots, are going to be quarterly, so we're going to expect another one in 4 months. I don't know if I can tell the topic yet, so I'm not going to, but it's cool. It highlights a Canadian band, which I am super down for. I'm very excited to listen to what these guys bring out and who's going to be on this next comp. But yes, make sure you go check it out. It's on Bandcamp. Super cheap. I think it came up to like $2.75, $4 if you're Canadian, but it's really just to pay for the mechanical fees. Because obviously Mr. Benfold still needs his check. And yeah, I highly suggest it. You guys did such a good job with it. You know, congratulations. It's underground. Fantastic. It really caught that essence of Benfold. That's the start of it. Kind of brings chills. Like, it just really builds into it. I really love it. You did so good.
Thank you.
But with that, it brings us to our shout outs. And who are you shouting out today?
Yeah, I'm shouting out an organization called the National Network of Abortion Funds. You can find them at abortionfunds.org. And in light of the news in the U.S. this week, I thought it's pretty important to highlight the organizations that are already working pretty hard to provide abortion access to folks in states that essentially are living in a like pre-Roe v. Wade world right now because of the way these states have legislated. So please check them out. Donate. If you're not American, donate to the org. If you are in the states, check out the funds for your individual state on their website and like donate, get involved. I think it's a really important time to be fighting for abortion access.
Yeah, the swear words just want to flow out of my mouth because it's so maddening. I can't, Canada, I'm in Canada. It's a little bit easier to gain access, but it's still really hard. I actually go for a procedure next month that will render me essentially sterilized, I guess is the nicest way of putting it. But even for me to get that procedure, I turned 40 this month. My husband's had a vasectomy for years now, and I've already had 2 kids, and I still kind of had to get his permission for me to even get this. And it renders me sterilized, but it also brings up my quality of life from 4 to like a solid 8 because there's been a lot of problems. And, this is kind of my cure and have to go through, because when we're talking about abortion access, we're never only just talking about abortions. It really comes to all of women, Planned Parenthood, women's reproductive systems. Like, there's so much more that encompasses just this bill that will be affected. And that I'd love to say that that's kind of the abortion part is kind of like the tip of the iceberg, but it really brings in so much other stuff that we really need to like sit back. And I guess if it doesn't affect you, you don't know, but to take away, like potentially, change the quality of life for women all over the place. I get so mad, like I'm heated, like I'm actually warm and sweaty right now because I'm just pissed about that.
It's pretty upsetting. Like you said, I think this is oftentimes legislation uses abortion as a way to just shoehorn in medical discrimination all across the board. Like anyone with a uterus knows that like there's so much, like you said, this absurd thing about asking your husband for permission to get this procedure. Like it's infuriating. I'm so sick of looking out and feeling helpless and not being able to do anything. And I hope that we not only support these orgs, but keep having these kind of conversations, like organize with each other, like talk about what it would take to like, I'm in North Dakota right now. There's one clinic that provides like this sort of service to people with uteruses, and it's here in Fargo. If that decision passes, that trigger law bans and shut this place down, like what would it take to move that thing across the border to Minnesota where it will be protected? I think these are the kind of conversations I think we should be having right now.
Yeah, Texas is definitely another one that we talk about because you're technically not allowed to cross state lines for any access. Right. And that's messed up to me. I can't even imagine the bullshit involved in somebody that has to make those decisions. I have a friend who had to make a decision like that, and it was heartbreaking. It was not an easy decision. It's never an easy decision. No. You don't ever just go for a happy abortion. That shit doesn't happen. But, you know, like, fuck, to take that away, to take away that choice. I can't. Anyone who wants to come to Canada, you know, I'm going to put it out there. You need help, hit up your girl. I will find you a safe state. I will find you a safe person. You know, you deserve every proper and safe procedure needed for your body. And, you know, fuck those who honestly believe that this isn't okay. Like, I just, fuck those guys. I'm going to fucking swear right now. Fuck those guys. But
Terry, thank you for that.
Yeah, come to me. Come Canada. I will welcome you with open arms. But,
Terry's got you.
Yeah, today's music video is going to come from Longshot Odds, which is Blood and Ashphalt. This was released a few years ago, but I love this song. I really dig it. These guys have a bunch of cool things coming up. Real quick, too, I forgot to mention this off the top. Camp Pennsylvania did sell out their camping passes this year. Just a little bit over a month, so unfortunately, no more camping, but we still have hotels. We still have our weekend passes. We still have our daily passes. If you guys forget, we have Get Dead, Casualties, Gutter Map, Chaser, Barstool Preachers, and the list goes on and on. And we still aren't done yet. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Find out what's going to be happening real soon. And Dante, best of luck to you on this tour. I'm very excited to see what... You know, I want to hear about it all. I can't wait to see the pictures. I think you guys are absolutely rad. I wouldn't be surprised if I do feature your album because it is fantastic. Make sure you go check out Band from California. It just got released May 6th, so just last Friday. And with that, guys, we will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Terry.
Gotta make it on your own. You get fed up. Just take your ball, take them home with you. You can mope, you can move, do whatever it is that you do. Some things are easier unsaid, undone. Some wars are easier just left unwon. Sometimes it's easier just to give up. Sometimes to go and get caught, to go and get tough. Whoa, nobody wants to die alone. love around, but I'm just spreading my bad name all over town. Whoa, whoa, yeah, I did it again. When again and again, I do it all the same. Same people, same place, it's just a different game. Whoa, whoa.